What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today we got a brand new video. So we're gonna be talking about Guild Wars. Yes, so we are currently in the week prior to Guild Wars launching on JP, but this is a pretty important week just because only 16 guilds get to participate for this beta launch. Now, that being said, it's competitive. It is rough. If you take a look, the guild is currently 22. We still have the rest of the week. You know, it only just started. So we have the rest of the week to make ourselves up to 16. And there's a couple of people who haven't done Guild Boss yet. But we have to do this. Gotta get top 16 because I want to see what Guild Wars is like. For this video, we're going to be going over everything that we know about Guild Wars from the live stream and all the information that they put out. So they gave us pretty much a full breakdown as to what actually happens in Guild Wars, and I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Guild Wars has always been one of my more favorite things when I used to play Epic 7, and I just thought it's fun. I really enjoy the fact that I like being in a guild, and I like being able to take the guild that I'm in and show, like, okay, this is how strong we are. Personally, like, I'm a big fan of, like, the competitiveness of Guild Wars, but might not be for everyone. Some people are, might be more casual, whatever. It doesn't really matter. For me, this is great, and I absolutely love it, and I'll definitely be making videos on stuff whenever Guild Wars actually launches. Even if we don't make it into the preview, I will be making videos on it once it actually starts up. Now, I'm sure people who are on the global side of things are wondering, well, when is this going to come to global? Now, everything that's coming to JP tends to come to global earlier than later. And that has just been a common trend so far. And that mostly has to do with the fact that global is slowly and slowly catching up to JP. And that is, that's just a common Netmarble thing, right? Whenever a JP game comes out, and a global game or global version of that game comes out slowly after, or however long after, the global version tends to catch up in content relatively quickly. We're about 10 months in, maybe 11 months in almost, in JP, and currently we're about like 2 months in on global. And content-wise, global is probably where JP was at like 4 or 5 months in. So if I was to give it a guess, I'd say Guild Wars will probably be out within the next like 2 to 3 months on global. And that might seem a while away, but honestly, probably isn't. Like, for the half anniversary, I'm expecting it to already be in the game. That's just my personal opinion, could be completely wrong. But let's take a look at what's going on with Guild Wars. So if you see here, we got 2 new buttons. On the bottom left, we have the Versus icon, and now come over here, where you can normally do Guild Boss. You can also see the Guild Wars stuff. And there's nothing up yet. The schedule hasn't been made, but you get a massive amount of coins. Let's actually do it this way. I'm going to switch over to my desktop and pull up the patch notes from GC database. And we can go through them together. Right. Starting off here, Knighthood Battle Beta. Like I said, this is not the official launch of Guild Wars in that, or Knighthood Battle. I'm never calling it Knighthood Battle ever. It's Guild Wars. But yes, this is going to be the beta launch, which is why only 16 teams can participate. Once it officially goes live, everyone should be able to participate regardless of your rank. And I'll talk about that in a little bit as well. So beta duration is going to be from the 10th of May to June 2nd. Now, this is approaching anniversary time, so I want to see if they plan on releasing it for anniversary or not for the, open public of JP. Selection period is going to be on May 10th itself, and then the following day it'll start. Based on Knighthood points, top 16 Knighthoods will be selected to enter Champion League or Master League. Now, this gives us the impression that there's going to be, Diamond, Platinum, Gold, Silver, Bronze League. And that's how they're going to divide everyone up. In Epic 7, for Guild Wars, because I've already read through this once, it is, so far this seems very, very, very similar to Epic 7 Guild Wars. So if you guys have played that game, you'll have a good understanding of what this is going to be like. But For example, in that game, you'd have like a separate ranking system, similar to how in PvP you get ranked based on how you do. In Guild Wars, you'll also be ranked. So it's not like you'll be playing against people way above or way below where you are. In the beginning you might, right? There might be some unfair matches here and there, but over time you should settle into a rank that you're constantly competing with someone around your level, or around your guild's level, I should say. So that's good to know, right? And then the rewards are going to reflect that. So of course, the better rewards are going to be up top, but there should be rewards for everyone regardless. Matching period. So this is just going to be, it's going to take a day for everyone to get paired up against their opponents. Battle period is going to be a while. You can see here that it's going to take 21 days. Knighthoods will have 1 day to prepare for the battle, and each round of the battle will take place over 7 days. Sorry, 2 days. You will battle Knighthoods in the same league once, and it will take 21 days to finish one rotation of 7 battles. For our purposes, Masters and Champion Leagues, they'll be split up into, 8 teams will go into one spot, the other 8 teams will go into the other one. So 1 to 8 will be in Champion, 9 to 16 will be in Master. I think that's how it goes. Now, the battle period, we already went over that. It's 21 days, you have 3 days per guild boss, or sorry, per guild wars. 1 day to prep, and 2 days to actually do the guild wars. Now, Guild Wars is going to be it's not in real time, right? It's not like PvP where we go in and we get paired up against an opponent who's also playing, even though there are bots in the game. But just assume that it's PvP, but with a bot controlling it at all times. It doesn't explicitly say it here, but the way it is written gives me an idea that that's how it's going to be. Final tally, don't care about that. Top 16 will be based on the Knighthood, which is why we're competing for top 16 score. We gotta do Guild Boss and pray. This week is also the new Guild Boss, so everyone's trying to scramble to get as many points as they can. Okay, so here are the actual rules of Guild Wars. Once the top 16 teams, Knighthoods, have been selected, the beta will commence. 1 to 8 will be in Champion League, and 9 to 16 will be in Masters. Okay. Knighthood will fight against other Knighthood once in their own league for a total of 7 battles, right? If there's 8 people, you're one of them, you can only fight 7 people. When the battle is over, the Knighthood with the highest capture point will be the winner for that round, and that will contribute to their final score. So you can lose a round, or you can lose against a team or two, and, or win, or whatever. It matters at the end of the 7 Guild Wars. What is your collective score? And here are the point breakdown. So 3 points for a win, draw is 1 point, loss is nothing. After 7 rounds, this is how it's going to be. So this is actually pretty aggressive, right? If you were teams 12 to 16, you're yeeted out of there. Right? You are just gone. Like at the end of the thing, if you were the bottom 4, you are gone. And that's honestly going to be most likely where we fit in, my guild wise, right? So we're gonna have to try to do our best to not get dropped down. This is top 16 guilds? Woo! My goodness! At the end of the beta, rewards will be given based on the final rankings. They seem to be given, and I showed the rewards right here, but we'll take them again in a second. To replace the drop Knighthoods, the 4 Knighthoods that ranked top 4 in the previous week's Knighthood boss will participate in the next round of beta, excluding the 12 Knighthoods who are already qualified. So this is giving a chance to people who didn't make it in last time to come in. And it won't count the people who are already in. Now, what it doesn't say is if it will count the people that are getting dropped out, can they get back in? Right, if I'm one of the teams that is 13, 14, 15, 16, and I'm getting kicked out, but we managed to finish super high in Guild Boss the previous week, do I get to go back in, or am I also excluded? That would be good for clarification purposes, but let's keep moving on. Special items. We got a couple of special items here. Attack squad expansion, defense squad expansion, and then defense-specific buff items. Squad expansion items I do not see yet in the guild shop, but the defense-specific items I do see, and I'll go over these now. When forming a defense team, you can use buff items to raise the stats of the team. The item can be obtained via Attribute Essence box. There are 7 essences in that box that will raise the stats based on the character's attribute. You can use the essence in 3 slots, and the same essence can't be used again. Let's go over this very quickly. I have it pulled up here. So let's do this, right? If you go over to the shop, as long as you have level 3 unlocked, you'll see that these are new. You have a level 1 version of the box and a level 2 version of the box. And I bought everything just so I can show you guys. So we're gonna go over here. Wrong one. We're gonna go over here. Go here. And then. So let's start off with the level 1s, right? So this is what comes in the box. I don't know if you get all 7, but this is what the box includes. So if, let's say I click on this one, this is 2.5% pierce rate up. This is 2% attack up, so on. And these are different things, and these only, for this box, this will only apply to red units. This will only apply to green units, and this one will only apply to blue units. The same thing is here, however, the numbers are doubled. So these boxes are significantly better. Right, you're getting 5% stats instead of 2.5, or 4% here instead of 2%. You know, you have defense up, HP up, etc. Now, you can only have 3 slots per defense team. Meaning, this really incentivizes mono teams a lot, like monocolored teams, because you're getting multiple units that are getting the value out of it. So that's one thing. And the other thing is, it's a way to create more team diversity, right? Because if you, let's say, well, I guess this could go either way. Maybe I'm wrong, because the way I'm looking at it is, no, maybe it doesn't create team diversity. My logic is, if people are normally doing Guild Boss, they're just going to put whatever the strongest PvP teams are and just slap them on, right? Sorry, if they're doing Guild Wars, they're just going to take whatever strong PvP teams there is at the time. You know, right now we'll just say like Zeldris Pierce Rate team. They just take that and they throw it on, and there you go, that's one team. Then another team, then another team that are just like, okay, Kingbrum, and then something else, and then Ultimate Rush. So to me, it seems like, at least if you're running mono teams, you have to mix them up a little bit, but at the same time, I guess it could go either way. Whatever, it's not that big of a deal. We'll actually see how the meta shifts once we get it. That's the wrong one. That's what I meant. There we go. Now let's keep going. Occupying points. So how does the actual points system within the Guild Boss work? Each base will earn you 100 points, and you can occupy all 30. Capture any region. Capture an entire region will earn bonus occupation points, and the points is preset by the opponent's Knighthood leader. The Knighthood with higher cumulative occupation points will win the round and earn final score. You will not be able to see the bonus occupation points set by the opponent until you capture every boss in the region, blah 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 blah. Okay. For each base you capture, 20 coins, and here are the rewards for the beta. These are a lot of coins, like an extremely high amount, but I'm more curious as to what this. It specifically says beta rewards, right? I'm curious as to what the rewards are going to be when Guild Wars actually comes out, because I don't want it to just be coins. I want something else. I want like to be rewarded with more stuff, or you can keep the coins but add better things for me to buy. Like, I'm also okay with that. This is what it's going to look like once you actually get into it. Yeah, you hit the button, and it's going to be like you're versing this team. And when you go in, this is what it actually is. If you take a look down here, these are the different buildings. And if you count up everything in total, you'll see that there's 30 things in total, right? You got 10 here, 4 and 6 is 10, 4 and 6 is 10. So 30 buildings in total for your 30 players. Some things are easier, some things are harder. And you remember that it said that occupation bonus for capturing everything. So you're going to want to put your better people in these sections and your worst people in these earlier sections. Now, this is what it's probably going to look like once you get into a match. You'll go there and someone will have set up, you know, X amount of teams. Looks like there's going to be up to 4 teams probably that you can set, and this goes back to this attack squad expansion item and defense squad expansion item. So I'm assuming that's where this comes in, where you can have more teams if you have those expansion items. And if this is anything like Epic 7, if you're on the defense side, you set up your teams and that's it, right? You can also give them the bonuses that we talked about before, but if you're on the offensive side, any unit that dies on your side while the Guild Wars is commencing is gone for that entire Guild Wars. You cannot reuse them. So let's say I'm going in, I got my Zeldris. I do like 2 matches with him and he dies in the second match. He's gone for the rest of the Guild Wars, which is why having a deeper box is really important. I'm not sure how gear is going to get counted into this, something to keep in mind. But that seems to be it. And I'm pretty excited for it. This is always just like some fun content. I always like PvP content, right? Things that allow me to interact with other people. It's good for me. That's a plus. Let me know what you guys think. I'm pretty excited for this. We're aiming for top 16, and if we do, you're going to see plenty of Guild Boss content. It should be a blast. Voice crack. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for sticking around. Once again, thank you for 40k subs, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.